So today we are doing something very different. I get a lot of questions from job seekers in my private practice through the university work I do about interviewing. So I have compiled a list of most common questions at different stages of interviewing, and I'm going to give you answer for those questions. Hopefully, these answers will help you in what are usually the most common questions for different interviews. Hi, my name is Shub Faujdar. I am a Singapore-based job search strategist and career coach and a former corporate recruiter. I am also a LinkedIn top voice on careers and job search. So do follow me on LinkedIn. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe my channel. I release 2 videos every week, one nano tips on Tuesday, less than 2 minutes, and one deep dive on Thursday. And today's Thursday deep dive is your most frequent questions on interviews answered. So I'm taking on questions. A lot of these questions are very tactical questions which people hesitate to ask others. And I've taken those on because these are very important questions as well. Don't let something which appears operational stop you from getting that job. So let's get these apparently basic questions answered for your interview success. Question 1, which I typically get, is how long should each of the answers be? Can I have an introduction of 10 minutes or 15 minutes if they've asked me to walk through the entire CV? And my answer is going to be no, that is too long. The person would lose interest. 15 minutes is a very, very long time to hold somebody's attention. And you want to make the interview a dialogue instead of monologue. So the best thing you can do is really keep your questions short and crisp, 1.5 to 2 minutes, where you are introducing things, making them curious. And if you think you have much more to add about a certain point, end with, I'm happy to go and deep dive into any of these points which you want. But 1.5 to 2 minutes is a very good practice for keeping your interview answers short and crisp. Now, that doesn't mean all your interview answers need to be 2 minutes. There are some answers which are better to be answered 30 seconds or 45 seconds. So don't stretch them just for the sake of it. Second question is, I'm going to interview with a startup. Can I wear casuals, shorts? No. I'll be very upfront. I have seen some of my elite B students as well not being appropriately dressed for interviews, and it does impact. You need to make a good first impression. So my rule of thumb is check out their company page on LinkedIn and see how people are generally dressed. And you want to be one level more formal rather than being more casual. So make sure you're one level more formal than their regular getup. So if they are wearing shorts in a lot of their photos, just wear a shirt and a trouser. If they wear shirts and trousers, then you can add on a tie. And for some industries, blazer is very important. Next question is it okay for me to do research on the interviewer's LinkedIn profile, or would I appear to be stalking them? Okay, now LinkedIn is public profile. It is there for public to see. It's not a hidden profile. So please, by all means, go. In today's day and age, interviewers expect that you would have done basic level of research on them. It is your time to find out different common angles. Do not hesitate. You can even say that to them, that look, while preparing for that interview, I went through your profile and I see you've got experience in this, this, this. What I would not do, or rather say to the interviewer, even if I do it, is tell them that I've looked at their private social media, so their Insta, their Facebook, even if they've turned this setting to be public, because we want to keep the conversation in the professional setting. Another question I get very often is, if the interviewer or the recruiter has given us multiple time slots to arrange the interview, should we choose an earlier slot or a later slot? Okay, so my advice to you is choose the earlier slot. It does impact the outcome of your job search. If you choose a later slot and they find somebody who hits the nail, they really like this person, and they move this person to the next rounds of interviews already, you missed the boat just because you ended up choosing the last slot. If they found a great candidate, they're not going to jeopardize that process just because somebody chose a slot 2 weeks later. I've had this happen recently with a client of mine earlier this year, 2-3 months back, where he ended up choosing a slot 2 weeks back, and regretfully, the company canceled the interview because they felt somebody was very well suited and had progressed to advanced stages with that person. And the final question I will be able to answer today is where people ask me, should I take a diary? I like to take notes. Absolutely. Now, if you are conscious that this is an interview, whether you should be taking the diary to write notes, you can preempt them. So as the interview is starting, you can say, hey, I love to take on notes of important conversations and pointers we will be talking. Is it okay with you? A lot of people love this. I remember when we were trained into sales, we were told to always carry a notepad and pen because people feel that they are treated with importance when the other party writes notes about them. It's the same thing with interviewer. I don't think any interviewer will say, no, you can't. This is not important enough for you to be writing notes. So go ahead and carry that notepad and pen to impress them, to write notes, to structure your thoughts. It is all worth it. So that was me doing a very different style of video this time. I thought these questions get asked so often on my LinkedIn, on YouTube, through my private clients, through my business students, that it may be worth to create a video. If you want more videos of this style, please do write in the comments and leave your question. I will answer them. Until next week, that's me saying goodbye. Go make an impact and all the best in your job search.